Right then, lads, welcome back to Kossi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kossi. 6 things we learned from Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0, and the player ratings in this video is what we're going to be discussing. Obviously, guys, it was a beautiful victory. It was a very, very wonderful victory. Arsenal finally back to winning ways. Arsenal finally getting our first win after being thumped by Liverpool 4-0. The next mission is Manchester United. The next mission there will be at the Old Trafford. Can we get the deal done with Manchester United being beaten? Because I know they will get beaten today by Chelsea, but can we get the deal done? 6 things we learned in that game. Let's get into it, because number one, guys, Martinelli. I realized yesterday, and I already said it, Martinelli needs more time, but Martinelli is a wonder kid, guys. Look, he came on in that second half, and the game absolutely turned on its heels. Yes, we were taking the lead. Yes, we were already doing well. Bukayo Saka there, another lad that I will speak about in this video. But I'm gonna say this: Gabriel Martinelli needs more time. Gabriel Martinelli needs to get more playing time from Mikel Arteta and with this Arsenal side. Maybe he should start more games. Maybe he should be coming off the bench a little bit, longer than we're actually giving him the, in certain games. 60 minutes in there, gets that goal. But for me, it's the impact that it brings on the pitch. It's the impact. It's the aggressiveness. It's the hunger. It is his ability to make the team go forward. I love Gabriel Martinelli. And yesterday, that wonder goal, that super goal, it shows the talent. It shows the ability. It shows that he must be one of those young players that actually are growing together, pulling in the same direction, like we have already said. So, guys, we shouldn't. And Mikel Arteta, I think that was a warning bell. That was a warning sign that Gabriel Martinelli shouldn't be sitting on the bench. He must be starting games. He must be coming off the bench in the 60th minute to get at least 30 minutes in the games. Yes, Gabriel Martinelli, for me, point number one, very, very impressive, guys, in that game yet again. Point number two, Mikel Arteta's braveness yesterday was rewarded. He was courageous, he was brave, and I think we were rewarded because the manager there was brave. The manager there was absolutely courageous to go with the same lineup almost. Of course, he brought in Martin Odegaard, but it wasn't a big change. There were no big changes against from the Liverpool game. He actually went with the same team. Nuno Tavares, we will speak about him in the 6 things we learned. But again, giving Nuno Tavares a chance, and he was absolutely fantastic in that game. The assist he made for Saka, for me, was the game changer, because that is one pass that I expect Mesut Ozil to do. That is one pass I expect Martin Odegaard to do. But again, Nuno Tavares in that area, what is he doing in that area is the first question. And again, what he does when he's in that area is the next question. Sending his team up front with a beautiful assist to Bukayo Saka. And of course, the finish there from Saka was absolutely beautiful, was absolutely extravagant. But for me, guys, Nuno Tavares, very, very brilliant. But again, that, guys, it goes down to Mikel Arteta. He was brave. He didn't panic with the starting 11. He said, you know what? We lost 4-0 to Liverpool. It's okay. I'm going to throw the boys in there. I'm going to use the same lineup. And we are going to keep a clean sheet. And we are going to go there and get 3 points against Newcastle. And that is what we did. Bouncing back to winning ways. And I can't ask for more. Honestly, guys, I really cannot ask for more from Mikel Arteta in that game. Absolutely, courageous, brave. 3 games, 4 games now, very brave. And I've seen him really turning on his older side, becoming courageous, becoming a proper manager who plays proper football from minute 1 to minute 90. That was a good game. That was a very, very good performance from Mikel Arteta and his boys. Point number 3, guys, of course, we cannot fail to talk about Bukayo Saka. Look, we've always asked ourselves, who is the best player Arsenal at the moment? Is it Ramsdale? Is it Gabriel? Is it Saka? But for me, guys, we've got to agree to this. He's still one of our best. He's still one of the best players, one of the best wonder kids in the world right now is Bukayo Saka. For me, the finish there is not what is expensive. What is expensive is that he started the move and finished it off in absolute style. The finishing of course, I've always complained about Bukayo Saka his finishing has always been awful, and of course you guys know it. I've always said it. His finishing needed some touch. We needed to make him better. We need to make him better in front of goal. That finish yesterday, if he could just finish off like that, I do not have any problems with him. Of course, you remember against against Watford, he got almost a similar chance there. Yes, he was on the move. Yes, the ball was a little bit up, faster, than yesterday's ball. But again, I expected him. Actually, it was against Aston Villa, I think. I expected him to finish off that move. I expected him to get that one behind the net. And yesterday, yes, into the back of the net, Bukayo Saka recording yet another good performance, another beautiful goal, a move that he started, and yet again he ended. He was unplayable yesterday. Bukayo Saka, of course, it was not only the goal. He tried all the time. He tried. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, we will speak about him in this video as well. How did he miss that? How did he miss that? Saka there with all the hard work, bending it in very well. Emil Smith-Rowe thought he had scored in the first place. Of course, the goalkeeper does very well there. Dubravka puts it out, and then it falls onto the boots of unmarked Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And guess what he does? He does. I can't believe that. I can't explain that. I don't know how he misses that, but I really can't explain that. But Saka, guys, that game was absolutely brilliant. Point number 4 is, of course, Nuno Tavares. None other than Nuno Tavares. If you're gonna give him a green mark, you're absolutely right. 100% he was there. He was absolutely there. I feel like our fullbacks are becoming better. Yesterday, I saw Tomiyasu also trying to get the better of his offensive side. Is already, is really, he sucks at it when it comes to going forward, when it comes to being offensive. But yesterday, I saw a different kind of Tomiyasu. Yes, his your crossing is a little bit crude. He's absolutely disgusting when it comes to crossing in the ball. And of course, guys, I never lie. I say what I feel. He is disgusting when it comes to crossing the ball. There, Tomiyasu. But of course, defensive-wise, he's one of the best players in the Premier League, if you want to ask me. But there, guys, Nuno Tavares, the assist, like I said, is expensive. It's absolutely expensive. Well decorated. But it's not the assist for me. It's the 90 minutes. He played like he had never lost the ball to Jota in the Liverpool in that Liverpool game. He doesn't allow that to get in his head. He actually moves on. I saw a different kind of Nuno Tavares, one that was passing a little bit more cautiously, but again going forward and tracking back. Of course, I saw Saint-Maximin trying to exploit the space there, but the space was not available. He was really tracking back very well. Nuno could be the next left back that Arsenal will be using. And of course, Kieran Tierney, there's a big question now. Will Kieran Tierney regain his position back as left back at Arsenal? That is now the big question. If he doesn't work hard, I won't be surprised if he loses his position to Nuno Tavares. He's really working hard. If he can work on his defensive game, Tierney is going to have lots and lots of problems to regain his place back in the Arsenal side. But of course, guys, I'm still a Tierney man. I really love Kieran Tierney. I love his character. I love his confidence. And if there is a chance for Kieran Tierney to come back in the Arsenal side, should be against Manchester United, yes, let him come back. But of course, guys, talking about points, I'm talking about point number 5 is Aubameyang's frustration, guys. I'm really frustrated with this lad. I love Aubameyang. Everybody knows that. And of course, when we were saying who should leave between Aubameyang and Lacazette, I always said this debate is not one to be talking about. It should be Aubameyang staying and Lacazette leaving. Of course, both of them guys really had a bad game yesterday. When Lacazette came on, I felt like, no, this is not the Lacazette, no. But again, Aubameyang yesterday, I'm really frustrated. And it's not a frustration of one game. It's frustration from a couple of games. Yes, he's trying. I can see that he's really trying, to be the Aubameyang that we want to see. But he's not actually doing it. He's not actually being the player that we want to see. He's not actually being the player, the captain that we decided to make captain after scoring mounts, huge amounts of goals. I just feel like he's not doing it. I just feel like he's not the player anymore that we knew. That guy that could get one chance and score it. That guy that we thought would replace Thierry Henry or Arsenal. He is not the man. He is absolutely not the man. Yesterday, got that brilliant chance. How does he miss that? You don't miss that. You need to be chasing Salah. You need to be chasing Jota. You need to be chasing Mane. You need to be chasing the likes of Vardy and those sitters. Missing a penalty against Watford. Again, missing a sitter against Newcastle. Those are 2 goals he has given away. I thought he would do better, and I thought he should have done better in that game. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang absolutely there. I was disgusted. And of course, guys, it should be now, after Fabrizio coming out and saying that Arsenal will be looking for a striker, I do not understand why Aubameyang has fallen this far, but it is true. We should be going for a striker. And obviously, guys, point number 6, my point number 6 is Martin Odegaard should be playing a little bit more than Lacazette. Yes, I do understand Lacazette is one of those players that have actually had a very, very good form. But in the long run, we will need someone who plays in that area regularly, and I think it should be Martin Odegaard. Yesterday again, we saw Martin Odegaard linking up play very well, and also trying to create the chances, trying to break through the spaces, of the created by Newcastle. If we can do that a little bit more often, if we can have him in those dangerous areas, if we can have him creating those dangerous ball situations. Obviously, you have Tomiyasu to give credit to the Martinelli goal, but of course, you can't forget Martin Odegaard in that game. A lot of beautiful positives that he had in the game. If we can get him to do that, if we can get him to take the risks, if we can get him to look for the runs of Gabriel Martinelli, Aubameyang, Saka, if we can get him to do that, I still believe Odegaard is really a generous talent, a world-class player in there. But of course, guys, if we get to the player ratings right about now, I'll give Aaron Ramsdale a 10 out of 10, another clean sheet, and obviously he didn't really work so hard, and no offenses, guys. Of course, in the Liverpool game, he was our savior. It could have been an obliteration. It could have been a humiliation. But again, guys, he was there. He stood there against Salah, against Jota, against many players in that Liverpool game. And in this one, it was more like a holiday. Apart from the John Joe Shelby shot that he actually dealt with well, maybe with 1 or 2 shots in the second half, I didn't see my man there, Aaron Ramsdale, being troubled so much. Of course, give credit to my defense. Give credit, to my defensive midfielder, Albert Sambi-Lokonga. Really had a very, very good game in that one. So, Aaron Ramsdale, 10 out of 10, another clean sheet, and obviously a brilliant save from John Joe Shelby. How many clean sheets has he this season? We are still counting. Obviously, guys, Tomiyasu, I'll give him 8 out of 10. Another clean sheet, but the quality of the assist. Both goals yesterday were assisted by our fullbacks. Tomiyasu there, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Yes, I would have given him 9 out of 10. But of course, for me, guys, his game offensive-wise is still lacking. His game offensive-wise, I need more. I need to see more of Tomiyasu there, trying to break through the lines, trying to bring in perfect crosses, trying to cause problems, just like the likes of Alexander Trent Alexander-Arnold, just like the likes of Cancelo and the likes of Reece James. If he can do that for me, I'll start giving him 9s out of 10, 10 out of 10. But this one, 8 out of 10 is absolutely enough for him. Nuno Tavares, 10 out of 10. There was no reason as to why I wouldn't give him a 10 out of 10. Nuno Tavares, brilliant in that game. The assist is expensive. The assist is so talented. Obviously, generosity, absolute generosity in that assist. Because I'm going to say, guys, Nuno Tavares, general performance, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It was more like a sorry performance to say, I'm so sorry for the Liverpool game. I wish I could do better, and this is what I can offer in this game. Brilliant from Nuno Tavares, 10 out of 10. I really cannot find any reasons to take any mark away from him. Of course, the centre-back partnership, guys, Gabriel and Ben White, why don't we give them a 10 out of 10, guys? Look, give them the credit when they deserve it, and we will scotch them when we deserve to scotch them. This time I'm gonna give them 10 out of 10. Yes, I mean, another easy performance, but then I thought the likes of Calum Wilson were going to be a big threat. The likes of Saint Maximin were going to be a big threat. And of course they were. Saint Maximin there trying to create something. Joe Willock, of course, again, trying to create things. But of course, our centre-back partnership is one of the best in the world at the moment. Don't think I'm getting carried away. If you look at Bayern, they really do not have one of the best partnerships, at centre-back, at the moment. Look, I don't see any club with a better centre-back partnership that is actually trying, really trying to be better than us. I don't see them. Look, I look at Chelsea. Yes, they have Rudiger and Thiago Silva. But if I look at Ben White and Gabriel, maybe in the future we'll have one of the best centre-backs in the world. But at the moment, guys, we have still one of the best centre-back partnerships in the world. So 10 out of 10 for my boys, and congratulations for another another clean sheet. So the midfield, guys, Albert Sambi-Lokonga, for me, gets a 9 out of 10. Albert was so brilliant yesterday. The tackles was spot on. The passing was spot on. Yes, he made one or two blind passes there. I saw them, and of course I cannot hide it because I know he's gonna keep getting better. The Liverpool game was absolutely good in the first half. Second half, yes, it was off topic. It was absolutely off topic. But again, guys, think about it. Newcastle, the likes of Joe Willock, where were they? Sambi-Lokonga there in that game, absolutely a giant. When Yaya Toure said it's gonna be the next Yaya Toure, maybe I'm starting to believe him. That was a good performance. Of course, shielding Thomas Partey, who had a poor game, by the way. If you actually noticed that, Thomas Partey had a very, very poor game in that game. Very, very poor game. So I'm gonna say in that game, Albert Sambi-Lokonga, masterclass, 9 out of 10. And I'm going to say Thomas Partey, 7 out of 10. I wasn't really impressed by Thomas Partey. I don't know if it is issues of injuries or he has a mentality issue. At the moment, we all know he's a very, very good player. There is a good player there in Thomas Partey. But in that game against Newcastle, he didn't actually do well. It's not the Partey expected, because it was a lot of space there. It was a lot of free space to travel in, to pass through. In that Newcastle midfield, I thought he would do better, but he actually failed. I'm gonna give Thomas Partey 7, and I'll give Albert Sambi-Lokonga 9 for actually doing his job very well, and also covering for the mistakes and footprints of Thomas Partey. Emil Smith-Rowe, my man, I'm going to give him a 7. Of course, yesterday he got involved in the first goal. By the way, if you didn't know, got involved in the first goal. But again, another really, really bright performance. But one of the things I really like about Smith-Rowe is his level of involvement in the game. He didn't actually score. He didn't create an assist. Of course, you could call it a second assist. Yeah, he had it, but he was involved. I saw him trying to take shots. I saw him try to take advantage of very, very many situations there in that game. 7 out of 10 is just enough for him. Saka on the other side is gonna get a 9 out of 10. My boy did score a beautiful goal, and of course worked very, very hard in that game. If I can have Saka back to the form we want him to, if we can have Saka back to that level where he actually plays every game at a top level, we are going to have a very, very good player in there. Of course, Saka there gets a 9 out of 10. Aubameyang for me, no guys. Aubameyang is getting a 2 out of 10. Worst performance of the captain, and of course, worst performer there in the Arsenal jersey. Worst performer there, 2 out of 10. I'm not even going to lie, guys. It was absolutely abysmal. Odegaard, his game again, not really one of those performances that you say are bad, and of course not those performances you say are absolutely outstanding. I'll give him a 7 out of 10 as well. But Aubameyang, 2 out of 10. My substitutes, guys, before we go to my manager, I'm going to give Gabriel Martinelli 10 out of 10. One of those players that came onto the pitch and did everything they were supposed to do. He did it. He scored. He caused a lot of trouble to Newcastle. They said, we wish Saka was still on the pitch, because Martinelli, again, the energy, the aggressiveness, the level at which he wants the ball, the level at which he wants to continue disturbing is relentless. Absolutely relentless. So, Gabi there, 10 out of 10. Mohamed El Neni coming on, 5 out of 10 regular. I didn't even notice that he was on the pitch, guys. I'm not even going to lie. And of course, Lacazette, I'll give him a 3 out of 10. One of the worst substitutions I've ever seen in an Arsenal jersey. He came on for one of the worst players there or on the afternoon, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he had a nastier performance than the player he replaced there. So, 3 out of 10 for Lacazette. Because, guys, let's go to the manager. Let's talk about the manager, guys. Mikel, I didn't do player ratings for the Liverpool game. I was a little bit, hurt by the performance. But again, guys, in this game, We did it. We did it. Mikel Arteta, let's give him a 9 out of 10 because we did everything. The defensive was absolutely, it's like our defense was, sealed. Absolutely sealed there. And obviously, the attack was also improving. I have a problem with our attack. I have a problem. We need to do better in terms of attacking. But I'm going to say this, guys. Allow me to say this. Mikel Arteta, brilliant. Masterclass there in that game. And obviously, 6 things we learned and player ratings. That is the video. I'll be back speaking Manchester United and Arsenal transfer targets for January.